channel. It's Casey with Russo Resells. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Casey. I am a full-time online reseller on platforms such as eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and Curtsy. This is going to be another What Sold video, so we are going to hop right into it. Yesterday was the first day of December 1st, and when we left off, I had 5 sales. And this morning, it is only 10 a.m. and I've had 1 sale. So we're going to go ahead and hop to those. Now, the first item to sell is very fitting for the holiday season. It is by a brand called Ocean Coast. And it is a kind of canvas outer Sherpa lined vest. It isn't zipped up. Sorry, I will have to do that when I ship it out. But I got this about a year and a half ago from an America's Thrift Supply box, and I have about $5 into it. I listed it on Mercari for $34.99 plus free ship, and a buyer came in and offered me $22.95 plus free ship, and I did accept that, mainly because I don't think that this brand is a well-known brand and it doesn't retail for a lot anyways, so I did want to go ahead and get it out this holiday season instead of waiting another year. And I went into Pirate Ship and I purchased a label for $10.68. My fees to Mercari were $2.29, and I almost doubled my money by making a profit of $9.98. I am just happy to get that out of my inventory because it is very bulky. Now, the next item I got at the Goodwill bins, it is this veil beanie. It is Nua Tags by American Needle, which is not another well-known brand or a brand I would look out for. I just picked it up because it was at the bins. This probably cost me 50 cents to $1, and because it was Nua Tags. So I listed this on eBay for $19.99 plus $5 ship. And I had a couple watchers on it, so I sent out an 18% off offer, which was accepted by one of the watchers. They paid $16.37 plus $5 ship. It cost me $4.46 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.35, and I turned a dollar item into $13.56. For those of you new here, I am an extreme couponer, so I do sell my couponed items that are easy to ship on eBay. And the next item I sold is one of those. It is this Lot of 2 Dove antibacterial bar soaps. There are 12, so it is 2 packs of 6 count. And I was really shocked to see that someone came in and paid full price for these. I was really expecting that someone was going to send an offer. So I have about $2 into both of those, and it was listed on eBay for $29.99 plus free ship. A buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $10.45 to ship. My fees to eBay were $4.48, and I turned $2 into $15.06. That'll go right back into my couponing fund, which I am very happy with. Bar soap tends to do very well, and so does toothpaste. So very happy that they got a good deal and that I made a good profit, and I am able to sell necessities online for lower than retail. Now, the next item comes out of my own closet, and I actually never wore this because it was way too big for me. It is by Lane Bryant, and it is this beautiful shimmer blouse. I thought this was going to be perfect for New Year's, so I did go ahead and list it. It is in fantastic, like new condition, and I did thrift this, so I probably have about $5 into it. I went ahead and listed that on Poshmark for $25, and I received an $18 offer, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $3.60, and I made a profit of $14.40. Very, very happy with that. The next item also comes out of my own collection. So they are these pair of Stella McCartney Adidas collab shoes. and they are in still good condition. They do have some flaws, which I did mention on eBay, and they are kind of like that sock shoe. So I really do not like this style, and I love my On Clouds, and I decided that these were ready to be moved out. So I went ahead and priced them very reasonably on eBay because of the flaws for $44.99 plus $10 ship. A buyer offered me $36 plus $10 ship, which I did accept. It cost me exactly $10 to ship. I did have those promoted, so those fees were $2.41. My fees to eBay were $6.52, and my mother-in-law actually bought those for me, so I have zero cost of goods, and I made a profit of $27.07. Very happy to get those into a new home that is going to use them more. Now, the first and only item that I've sold thus far today, I am hopeful to get more sales. It's still a great sale nonetheless. It is by Life is Good, and I actually featured this in one of my recent thrift hauls. It is this beautiful Cardinals long sleeve, and it says, "Cardinals appear when angels are near," and it definitely reminded me of my late mother because she loves Life is Good, and it was just kind of fitting and very sentimental, so that's why I had to pick it up. It was actually priced, I want to say, at either $2.99 or $4.99 at that thrift store. So I have about $3 to $5 into that. I had it priced on eBay for $24.99 plus $5 ship, and a buyer offered me $18.99 plus $5 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $6.18 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.67, and I turned a $5 item into $13.14. I definitely didn't plan on making a giant profit on that. I really just got it because it was so sentimental to me. When it comes to sentimentality, definitely do as I say, not as I do. That brand still does very well, so that's why I did still pick it up. But sometimes, even though we are drawn to something and we really like something, it's not necessarily going to sell and sell for a profit. So just keep that in mind when you are sourcing. Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do or how to run your business, but just a little thought when you are out. Those are all of my sales this far for the last 2 days, and I hope to hop back on either tomorrow or the next day to show you more. Hey y'all, welcome back. It is now Thursday, December 4th, and we left off on Tuesday, and when we did, I had one more sale that day. Then yesterday, Wednesday, December 3rd, I had 5 sales, and one of those sales was a bundle, so 6 items in total. And it is only 8:30 in the morning right now. I haven't had any sales today, but I'm hopeful that I'll be back in a couple days to show you what sells today. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and go through the sales from the past couple days. So the last sale on Tuesday is this lot of 2 Old Spice deodorant. For those of you new here, I am an extreme couponer, and I got those for free couponing. So I priced them on eBay for $9.99 plus free ship, and a buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $6.47 to ship. My fees to eBay were $1.77, which left me with a profit of $1.75, which will go right back into my couponing fund. Then, to start us off yesterday, I had another couponing sale. So I sold this lot of 2. It's this Hello peppermint toothpaste. So there are 2. And I priced those on eBay for $12.99 plus free ship. I get all my toothpaste for free couponing. And a buyer offered me $11 plus free ship, which I did accept. It cost me $6.84 to ship. I did have those promoted, so those fees were 61 cents. My fees to eBay were $1.95, which left me with a total profit of $1.60, which I too will go ahead and put back into my couponing fund, which is great because I am going to CVS today. Now, I have been asked a few times to show some of my couponing content, but that's not really what I would enjoy or like to do. So I do have one couponer in particular that I follow religiously, and in my experience and my advice to others who want to start couponing, I basically let them know. Find one YouTuber that does couponing that you really enjoy watching and do their deals week after week for maybe like a month or two and kind of get the hang of it. It might take you more than a month or two, it might take you 6 months to a year. But do their deals and follow them in what they do and learn the tips and tricks with couponing, and then you'll become an expert. And that's what I did with this one couponer. I'm going to put her name on the screen so you guys can go follow her. Her name is Jody Dunn, and she is incredible. She definitely has changed my attitude about life completely because she is just a bright light, and I think that she has such a cheery personality. So not even when it comes to couponing, she's just a joy to watch. So definitely go follow her if you do want some tips and tricks on couponing, because she knows and breaks down all the deals and how all of the coupons and the rebates and all of that stuff work. And I really appreciate her educational videos on that. So that was a side note. Let's get back into the sales. The next sale was pretty exciting, and it is by a brand called Zegna, which is a very high-end brand. This is a charcoal gray zip-up vest. It is just polyester. It is not down-filled, unfortunately. And this is coming out of my husband and father-in-law's closet. And I had that listed for $100 on Poshmark, and my Posher VA sent out a 20% off offer to likers, which was $80, and then a buyer countered at $50. And I know that's half of my asking price, but I got this item for free and I don't want to hold on to it forever. I actually didn't have a lot of interest on it at all on any of the platforms. So when I got the $50 offer, I was very happy. I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $10, and I turned a free to me item into $40. For those of you who couldn't tell, I am blonde. I have long blonde hair and it gets everywhere, and I'm starting to notice that it's on a lot of the pieces that I'm showing you. So I do apologize. Before I package things and ship them out, I do double check that none of my hair is on them, just so you guys know. It might be on them in the video, but it will definitely be off of them by the time I ship out. So now that we have that disclaimer out of the way, the next item that I sold is this Talbots. This is a new without tag pair of wool blend trousers. These are incredible, and I absolutely love them. However, they did have some sticky residue on one of the legs towards the bottom, and I did, as you can see, actually it's right there. I did go ahead and note that in the listing, and because they are going to have to be dry cleaned out or cleaned out in some fashion, I did go ahead and price them considerably lower than comps. So I priced them on Poshmark for $38. I have had those for over a year, so I revamped the listing. I asked ChatGPT to create a stock photo, and I inserted new keywords, and I do think that that helped it sell, because within a month of me doing that, they had interest. So I had a buyer offer me $28, which I did accept on Poshmark. My fees to Poshmark were $5.60, and I left with a profit of $22.40. I paid about $4.50 for those at a half off Salvation Army sale. Now, the next sale is our bundle sale. So the first item in that bundle is by Blair. This is a vintage holiday zip-up vest, and it has these angels embroidered on it. It is just so, so cute, and I actually just listed this, I want to say a couple days ago. I just showed it or featured it in my Black Friday Salvation Army haul. So if you haven't seen that, go hop onto that video. It is really fun. I found some awesome items. Then the second item in that bundle, if you don't know what this is, I would be surprised. It is by Vera Bradley, and it is a hard shell sunglasses case. And I got that for $1 at a thrift store. So I got the vest. I believe it was priced at $6.99 that day. I got it half off, so $3.50 plus $1. I have $4.50 into both of the items. The bundle price was $40, and the buyer offered me $27, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $5.40, and I turned $4.50 into $21.60. Before we hop into the last sale of yesterday, I do want to mention that the reason why I pick up smaller items like this that may not warrant a giant return on investment or a giant profit is for the sole reason of someone bundling it with other items. So I am very happy that this sunglasses case served its purpose, and I am able to show you all that. Now, the last item that we had sell is by Cutter and Buck. That's the name. It's University of Notre Dame or Notre Dame license. And it is this really nice waffle knit long sleeve pullover, and it has this awesome embroidery on it. And it says 2013. So I know it's about 12 years old, but I still picked it up because it was new at tags, and I found that item at the Goodwill outlet bins where you pay by the pound. So I have about $2 to $3 into that based on weight. I had it priced on eBay for $39.99 plus $10 ship. A buyer offered me $29 plus $10 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $8.98 to ship. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $2.09. My fees to eBay were $5.70, and I turned a $3 item into $22.23. I am very happy to get that item out of my store. Like I said, I only picked it up because it was at the bins and new with tags, and I was really hesitant actually on picking it up because I didn't think it would sell, but I'm very happy that it did, and then I made over $20 on a bins item. Now, those are all of my sales. Like I said earlier, I hope to be back within the next 2 or 3 days to show you what else sells. As you can see, we are in a different angle of my room because we had to move a lot of things. I am expecting a delivery tomorrow for a dresser for this room, which will help me a lot with all of my storage. So very excited for that. And yeah, we have a lot going on. I have to drop off my sister today at the airport, and then we have the delivery tomorrow. So hopefully within the next couple of days, I'll be back. I hope you guys are having great sales, great thrifting, and until next time, my friends, bye.